Howdy folks, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick, and you can probably tell by the music in the background and the title on the screen, probably more so, we're going to be playing Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade on the ZXspectrum 128K, published by US Gold in 1989. It's a platform adventure which also came out on the Commodore Amiga, as I define my keys here, the Amstrad, Commodore 64, NES, Sega Master System I believe, and the Mega Drive. You control Indiana Jones over 4 stages to collect various artifacts, starting off with the Cross of Coronado. So let's see how far we can get. It's based on the movie, of course, directed by Spielberg in 1989. A nice large sprite. Looks like we can punch and stuff here. Completely different from Temple of Doom, so check out that review as well. Now, can I jump on this rope? That must be death, surely. No, okay. So you can see Harrison Ford represented in 8-bit graphics below on the right there. Looks like there's a torch to collect as well. So yes, 4 stages. What's this way? The first one you must collect the Cross of Coronado, then the Crusade Shield, then the third stage you're on an airship. If we get to that, we must collect the Grail Diary, owned by Indiana Jones' dad, Sean Connery, or played by Sean Connery, let's say. And then the last stage, we've got to get to the Grail to save Jones's father again, who's been shot. We have to get the Holy Grail, I think, and pour water over him. There we go. Right, so it's moving a little bit slowly, but I love the shading on the thing. Oh, that's collapsing. Is that Doomsville? No, we can walk over there. There's a guy shooting down below, so he's obviously a goon. And we've got another torch. Now, I think it might go dark if we don't collect the torch. If we died there, how did we die? Okay, the Cross of Coronado. If you had this one back in the day, let me know. These reviews are on the standpoint of someone on their first or second go. Normally what a kid's impression would have been, and would there have been enough there for them to want to go and play it again. Now, it looks mightily impressive from the graphics. The graphic of Indiana Jones is a lot more impressive than Temple of Doom, although Temple of Doom, as I say, a smaller sprite, it moved maybe slightly faster. This is more like an exploration game. Oh, there's a whip. That's a good effect. Actually, every time I whipped, it went down by 1. Maybe I've got a limited amount. I think I've wasted those. I've wasted my walnut whip. This music is a little bit unusual. It goes to Indiana Jones, but it's like it's through a wah-wah pedal on a guitar, if you're familiar with one of those. If you complete the game, then let me know what happens at the end. If I don't get very far, I have got a cheat which will protect us against the enemies, although I don't think it protects us against heavy drops. So this one looks like we're jumping on ropes. Bit like the game Fred, I suppose, but with better graphics. It's very, very monochrome, but I wouldn't expect the Spectrum 128K to be able to manage everything it's managing and put colour in there as well without horrendous colour clash. It's attempting a lot, this is attempting a lot as we float around. At the moment, this game is coming on to the point of interesting, but something that's it's not super playable. It's very, very impressive. You can't deny that as a part of coding, but as an adventure I'd like to go through, I'm not sure. But I'm not sure about this one. I'm feeling a bit of sense of ambivalence. If I was good at it straight away, I wouldn't mind seeing all the graphics, what happens at the end. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. There's another ZXspectrum game we should come to with Indiana Jones at some point. It's the Fate of Atlantis, I think. I think that came out on this. But I want to check out the Amiga version, see what colour that adds to it also. So let's just see if I can get off level 1. Boom. See my energy level on the bottom left there going down in green. I've got a poke, but it hasn't been activated, I don't think. I've pressed a few buttons. I don't think it's been activated. Anyway. Go, go, go. There's the whip there. Don't waste your whips. We've only got 5 whips and the whip explodes. I'm not quite sure what kind of whip that is. And I've been shot in the belly button. Okay, so there are save points in this. If we progress to a certain level, you won't have to start right from the start again like I am doing as a super newbie. I just want Indy to be more bouncy, quicker walking around. He's very slow in here. If that boulder turned up from Raiders of the Lost Ark, I'm not 100% convinced he'll be able to outrun it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know any cheats for level skips, but I really want to see the airship stage 3. We collect a diary. I bet that's interesting. I'd imagine it's a bit like this, where you're in an airship, but it's just jumping on levels and stuff. Right, okay. Now, once the review's finished, I will leave it running a bit so you can listen to the music at the start, because I think that's the best bit. But, you know, the graphics where it says Indiana Jones, that's pretty cool. And I think the game would have sold me just from the graphics alone and the title screen, I think, as a kid. So, I was a big fan of the movie, still am, so that would have made me keep going back to this more than if it hadn't been an Indiana Jones one. If you imagine, I think the Spectrum does better on these sort of games when they scale it down a bit. Like the Joe Blade series was very successful. Prince of Persia, they did good, but there wasn't much of detail in the character. See you tomorrow, Indiana Jones. Right, okay, let's put a cheat in then. As I say, it doesn't protect you against everything, but it will protect you against bullet fire. So at least we can climb up a few ropes and see a bit of the first screen. Do 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 do. Right, let's put this thing in. Hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't, well, at least we've seen it. We've seen what it sounds like. We've seen what it's played like. I mean, I would recommend tracking it down, but whether you're going to be on it any long term, I do not know. Although Temple of Doom wasn't the greatest game in the world, and a bit more basic, and not as accomplished as this, I do slightly prefer that one to this one. It's weird that, isn't it? Very strange. Right, okay. It seems to be able to jump down a certain level anyway. We probably lost a bit of energy for that, but keep an eye on that green thing on the bottom left. If that goes to zero, of course, we're doomed. Well, we might not be if the cheat works, the poke works. Let's see, we'll soon notice when this thug comes along and shoots us and we don't die. We're still alive. Right, and he's dead. Right, okay, so the pokes worked. Let's do a bit of exploration then without the risk of that. But as I say, if we fall down into pits and things or any distance, I think we would still die. What's in that direction? We might as well go up here. So that's evaporates. I can't remember that bit in the Last Crusade, and you can't go any further there anyway. So it's just collecting an extra torch. Right, go Indy, go. He's got no accomplices in this one that I'm aware of. If you had this on the Amstrad CPC or Commodore 64 or anything really, let me know. I'd imagine all of those got a bit more colour about the place. We covered Temple of Doom on the Amiga as well, which felt a little bit like a different game. It had more colour in it, so I'd imagine it's the same sort of thing with the 16-bit of this one. Not sure if it came out on the Atari ST, not sure about that. Right, yeah, see, we could still die there by falling off, so we need to jump on the ropes. Oh no, I hope I don't have to start all over again. Do we get a save point, please? A save point? Yeah, there's a save point there, right, so we've just about done it. So we can still die if we fall in these pits. Get on the rope, you dope. Right, okay. Oh no! And you have to go. Yeah, if you jump too high up on the rope, you die. This is very un-Indiana Jones-like. It's like Indiana Frank Spencer at the moment. Right, come on, Indy, you can do this. Come on, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford. Not to get confused with the Model T. I've done it again. You Wally Wombat. Now, at time of recording, I've heard that they're making a 5th Indiana Jones film. I might have mentioned this before in another Indiana Jones video, but I'm not sure this is a good idea. If you're watching this and it's already come out like years later and it's brilliant, then comment below saying, Nick, don't worry, it's going to be brilliant. Or it was brilliant. Right, jumping from ropes. What bit of this was in Indiana Jones? The only sort of like thing I sort of like remember, it was against the Nazis again, wasn't he? But I remember that big building where they had the Holy Grail. Was that in Israel somewhere, carved into the mountain? I remember that. Yes. And the knights, oh, we got across, good. He chose poorly. That was it, wasn't it? Where he's trying to get the Holy Grail, and you had to try and guess what was the cup of a carpenter, and it was that wooden one, not a gold one. It aged well. You would have thought it would have gone down to nothing. Let's go up here. He's a good climber, Indy. Not as good a climber as Lara Croft. He's doing sort of like Lara Croft things. But 1989, Lara Croft didn't exist back then. Oh, look, look all these fellas. It's an Indiana Jones cloning factory. He's managing to go underneath me. How's that happen? No, that's not possible. There's some strange things going on in this place. What's the relevance of that? Maybe they're bell ringers that have got out of control. Right, we're up into the eaves now. This would work good as a Batman game, wouldn't it, as well? Batman, Bat-Pants, Oh! I'm going to die now, surely. I've got out of that. Right, okay, so that was a booby trap that we didn't need to run into. But very handily, people have left these ropes. Might be able to go up, but I think I'm sensing you have to go down. So you need a bit of skill with this one. Remember, I've got the poke on, which is helping me a little bit. But once you get used to it, it's all about collecting the 4 artifacts, but it's mainly about exploration. Oh, it's gone green. That's probably something to do with my torch gradually going out. Hope it don't go dark blue at some point. Right. We'll see if that is the case. I'm sure I'll find another torch and it might go cyan again. But it's going green. Nice effect. I do like that. Yeah. Looks lovely, doesn't it? And the screenshots would have sold quite a few copies, I think. 1989. I always think it's a little bit late in the day, but it's in purple. It's in the 80s, not the 90s, which is definitely too late against the 16-bit ones we're taking cover. Right, there's a torch, and it's gone cyan again. So that is to do with the lighting. The programmers of this game thought purple was a lot darker than cyan. Well, I'm not sure that's the case, but it's close, isn't it? It's close. Go indigo. Right, now I'm getting a bit lost. Have I died? Is that the end of the level? Oh, I died. I must have jumped on a spike or something, maybe. We're still no nearer. Oh, no, not all over again. That's annoying. So we're no nearer getting the Cross of Coronado. If you have got the Cross of Coronado, let me know. But was that actually in the movie? It might have been a little bit at the start, maybe, but I don't remember it. I certainly remember the Holy Grail, stage 4. And I certainly remember the airship where he punched one of the German officers off the airship. The evil ones, and said no ticket. He was posing as a ticket collector, and all the people then struggled to get their ticket. They were desperate to show him the ticket. Airships, they never really caught on after, well, a couple of disasters. There's nothing in this direction, Indy. I thought it might be like Prince of Persia, and there might be something for us to pick up for extra energy or something. But he's sure is a good animation on the walking. Oh, this bloke's regenerated again, but meets the same fate as last time. Jump, bom ba bom bom, diddle bom ba bom. Come on, bom ba bom bom, bom ba bom, ba 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 bom. It's so joyous, that tune. Sometimes I'm a little depressed. I play it on YouTube. The theme music that and the original Superman as well. That cheers me up. I think movies seemed more epic from your childhood, didn't they? In particular, those Superman 1 and 2 versus General Zod. And also Indiana Jones. There's a few good Indiana Jones. Oh, the game's over again. Well, did I enjoy that? I sort of did, but it frustrated me a little bit as well. Looks great, doesn't play brilliantly, but that might be just it's my first or second go. Would I come back to it as a kid? Every now and again, but it wouldn't have been one of my go-to games. So, hope you like to have a look at that one. That's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade on the ZXspectrum 128K, published by US Gold in 1989 and based on the movie from the same year. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro? Then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.